Good evening. I would like to call this meeting to order. Before we have our before we have our Pledge of Allegiance, we'll have our invocation. Please stand. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing us to meet and to be in your presence. Please watch over the council members as they make the decisions for the city tonight. Please be with all the ones that are here to voice their concerns, to be heard, and for everyone to be respectful. In your name we pray. Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ms. Webb, call roll, please.
Pro Tem Bobo.
Present.
Councilman Washington.
Here.
Councilman Wiggins.
Here.
Councilwoman Dykes.
Yes, here.
President Hogg.
Here. Item 5 is presentations. We have one tonight. Mayor Hinton is not here, so I have been asked to read this for Mayor Hinton. Is Miss Wynn here? Okay. Would you like to come stand in the front? I'm going to sit right here if you don't mind. And okay. Okay. This is a Vitiligo Awareness Month proclamation. Whereas Vitiligo Awareness Month is an initiative dedicated to raising awareness about vitiligo, a skin condition characterized by the loss of pigment in certain areas of the skin, resulting in white patches, and whereas this skin condition is typically lifelong and affect people of all ages, races, and genders, and whereas Vitiligo Awareness Month is observed in June of each year, although awareness activities and events may take place throughout the entire year. This month serves as an opportunity to educate the public, promote understanding, and support individuals living with vitiligo. And whereas during Vitiligo Awareness Month, various organizations, advocacy groups, and healthcare professionals strive to increase knowledge about vitiligo through activities such as public awareness campaigns, informational sessions, webinars, social media campaigns, and community events. These efforts aim to dispel misconceptions, reduce stigma, and provide support for individuals affected by vitiligo. And whereas this month also serves as a platform to highlight advancements in vitiligo research, treatment options, and resources available for those seeking assistance, it encourages open conversations about vitiligo and provides a supportive environment for individuals to share their experiences, stories, and challenges related to living with the condition. Now, therefore, let us proclaim June as Vitiligo Awareness Month in the city of Northport, and hope by raising awareness and promoting understanding, our citizens will foster acceptance, inclusivity, and bring support for individuals with vitiligo, ultimately improving their quality of life and well-being. Thank you. Will you pull so we can hear you? Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alexia Wynn, and I am a resident of the city of Northport. I was born and raised in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, but I dearly love Tuscaloosa County. I am a vitiligo advocate. I have been advocating for 7 years. The nonprofit organization that I work with is called Vitiligo Foundation, found in Boston, Massachusetts, but we also have a Vitiligo also in Alabama. So today I wore my World Vitiligo Day because that is the day that we come together as a family to raise awareness, and we just want to let you all know that we were not born this way. We weren't burnt in a fire. Nothing's wrong with us. It's just skin. We just appreciate the love and support that the city of Tuscaloosa and the city of Northport have given us for just proclaiming this Vitiligo Awareness Month. and I'll be actually having my first event this Sunday, November 25th at Kentuck Park. And I just thank you all. I just greatly appreciate it. I just ask God to continue to bless you all. And my sister. You have made my night.
Thank you, Miss Wynn, and thank you, sister. I didn't get your name, so.
Hey, I'm Alexis.
Thank you.
Alexia and Alexis.
Alexia and Alexis. Okay. Thank y'all so much for being here, and we appreciate you coming. Item 6 is approval of the agenda. Mr. Davis, before the meeting, you had stated that you would like to have an executive session on a matter. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. We'll have executive session in approximately 30 minutes to talk about some pending litigation and some property matters. And we will not need department heads, just legal department. We will take no action when we return back to the council chambers other than to adjourn.
Okay. Well, I will make a motion to approve the agenda with the addition of 9B7, which is awarding bid to GFC Construction for the Warrior Sports and Recreational Complex. The deletion of item 11C1, which was an ordinance ordering a demolition of an unsafe structure located at 612 30th Avenue. And also the addition of an executive session for 30 minutes, which has been certified, and there's no reason for staff to stay as well. So that is in the form of a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. Item 7 is visitors to address the council. We have 2 that have signed up to speak. The first one is Miss Paige Spencer, and she's here to talk about the Northport Community Center concerns. So, Ms. Spencer, I will remind you that each speaker is allowed 3 minutes of your time. And to start out with, if you will, please state your name and address for the record, and we will start with the 3 minutes, and really appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Paige Spencer. I live at 2110 Bellwood Drive, Northport, Alabama, and this is my daughter, Catherine. My purpose in requesting to speak to you this evening is simple and heartfelt. I'm asking you to save our beloved community center and park. Do not sell the Park Street Lurleen Wallace property. 2 weeks ago, I was shocked to learn that selling the property to become a parking lot, a coffee shop, a restaurant, or condos was on the council meeting agenda. I know you assured the public that selling was not certain, that you were exploring options. And so I want to make sure you know that the option of preserving the community center and park is so, so important. The community center will be 70 next month. For longer than most of us have been alive, this place has been the heart of our community. In 2015, the city administrator, Scott Collins, wanted to put a Krispy Kreme with a drive-through in the green space near the park. I love Krispy Kreme, but no one wanted the dangerous traffic near where our kids are playing on the playground. So all the citizens spoke up, and 8 years ago, we said we don't want you to sell any part of the park or green space or community center. This is important to us. And thankfully, the council listened. And for 8 years, we have enjoyed the park. So many people have enjoyed this park and community center. My family has gone there for decades. Our daughter has gone there before she could walk. It's the only place in town with baby swings where you can put them in the little bucket where they don't fall out. My neighborhood, we meet there, we all vote there. Districts 1 and 2 adjoin the park, and so people from all walks of life enjoy the center. People actually drive from an hour away every single week to dance at the park on Thursdays and Fridays, all the way from Columbus. Church meets here every Sunday. Families reunite every year. There are birthdays celebrated there constantly. I met a lady the other day that said she met her husband in that doorway 70 years ago. A man last night while we were going to place was at his nephew's birthday party, and he said, "Oh man, this is my kid's favorite park." Another man said, "My mama is going to be really sad when I tell her about this." I am also sad about this renewed effort to sell the park. Even though I know that some people on the council disagree, I live there, and this park is peaceful and it is beautiful, and we love it. It's a place unlike any other. People from all walks of life gather here, and we create a diverse community. I ask each one of you individually and respectfully to please save this center and park. The citizens of Northport, all ages and races and walks of life, young and old, visitor and residents alike, we deserve this beautiful center. You can build as many more as you like. You can not recreate the legacy of this particular place, though. All of us deserve the best of this. We're a community of people living and having fun together, and we need our community center and park. Please, please save it.
Please save the park.
Thank you, Ms. Spencer. We also have Ms. Sandra Barnridge here to discuss the Northport Community Center concerns as well. Sandra, thank you for being here. If you will, please state your name and address for the record, and as stated to Ms. Spencer, there's 3 minutes.
Sandra Barnage, and I live at 1538 Bellwood Lane. So I want to start by thanking the council tonight for the opportunity to speak. I'm here as a downtown resident, just like Ms. Paige Spencer, and I'm also the mother of 2 little girls. Northport is their hometown, and the Northport Park is their neighborhood playground, where they love to swing and slide and run around. But, of course, the park isn't just theirs. It's also the closest playground for a diverse mix of downtown families who use it regularly. Sure, it's not the fanciest playground in town. We all know that. But it's what we have, and for all of the parents who live nearby, we're grateful for it. Last week, my neighbors and I launched an in-person petition on behalf of the park in order to supplement the online petition that's going around that's now just shy of 900 signatures. Our in-person petition is specifically targeted at downtown residents and visitors in order to demonstrate to the council that the people closest to the park genuinely do not want to see it paved into a parking lot. Again, we're just getting started, but after 1 week and only a handful of active hours out in the community, we already have several hundred signatures. I will be happy to send the full final petition to the council at the end of the due diligence period, but I wanted to tell you about it now so that you're aware the downtown residents and visitors are already speaking in a clear and overwhelming voice that is consistent with the community's extraordinary effort to save the park in 2015. Again, still, we do not want to sell the Northport Park. Many people I spoke with this week really like the council's ideas for adding additional parks and community centers throughout town. Some suggested that we could turn districts 1 and 2 into the garden districts of Northport. We could make green space an integral part of downtown's effort to attract the kind of young families and new businesses that will help this area grow and change with the times. As the mother of young children who chose Northport to become my family's home, I think it would be amazing to use this moment to strengthen the city's commitment to outdoor recreation and family-friendly amenities. We don't need to lose this park in order to have more, to build more. Thanks to the public energy that's been generated by the offer from Beaker Property Group, we are now in a position to turn saving the park into a win-win for both the city and the downtown community. So let's double down on this and protect the oldest park in town. Let's use this opportunity of attention to revitalize it so that my girls and future generations of Northport kids can have the same kind of happy memories of the park and community center that so many grown-up residents shared with me this week. Thank you again for allowing me to speak. Please save the park. Good evening.
Thank you, Ms. Barnridge. (8A1) is a permanent resolution accepting municipal public improvements in the Magnolia Hills subdivision, Phase 5. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, this subdivision
City Council to accept the infrastructure.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this permanent resolution?
So move.
That's a motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wiggins. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Betty White Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B1 is a resolution authorizing application to the Alabama Department of Environmental Management for municipal storm water project funding. Ms. Tubbs?
Yes, we are applying for a grant to line some of our corrugated metal pipe. The grant application will be for $150,000.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Councilman Wiggins, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Betty White Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B2 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a master services agreement for professional services and to authorize task order directives 1 and 2 from TTL Incorporated for the Adventure Park. Ms. Tubbs?
Yes, we are asking to go ahead with task order directives 1 and 2, which will be preliminary design and environmental testing.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So move.
That is a motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Bobo. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Betty White Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B3 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a proposal for geotechnical services from TTL Incorporated for the new Public Works building. Ms. Tubbs?
Yes, this is a geotech required for the new Public Works building.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Councilwoman Dykes, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Betty White Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B4 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to approve expenditures related to the general obligation warrant series 2023. Ms. Webb?
Actually, I think Mr. McGee's here.
Oh, I apologize.
I
Didn't see you
snuck
over there.
in. We'd ask the council to approve, the city administrator to approve invoices related to the bond issue and payments to contractors related to the projects covered in that bond issue. It's simply for trying to not delay any payment. We plan to submit those weekly as those get moving, and
Okay.
we want to avoid them to wait on council meetings.
All right, is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt the resolution authorizing the city administrator to approve expenditures related to the general obligation warrant, Series 2023?
So moved.
That's the motion by Councilwoman Bobo. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wiggins. Any questions or comments?
I have a question. Given that you're trying to make sure that these are approved in a timely fashion, if we had anything that was outside the scope of what we thought an expense would be, would those come to the council?
We plan on submitting all contracts to council in advance. This is really no different than the way we do sizable contracts now. The contracts come before council, you approve those, and then
Right.
routine invoices. Anything outside of that, with the city administrator's discretion, would send council. We certainly wouldn't. We're not looking to do anything not above board, but just trying to keep the process moving as quickly as possible.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chief.
Okay, any further questions or comments? That's a motion by Councilwoman Bobo. That is a second by Councilman Wiggins. Ms. Webb, call roll.
Betty White Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B5 is a resolution authorizing water service outside of city limits for property located at 13777 Highway 171. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President. The staff recommends the denial of this application. It is family property, and it is possible for the applicant to annex into the city. For that reason, we recommend denial. It's very similar to the situation that we had 2 weeks ago on another property. Again, we would ask the motion to be made in the affirmative, and if you wish to provide water outside the city limits, then you would vote yes. If you wish to follow the staff's recommendation and deny, you would vote no.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Councilman Wiggins. That is a second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb?
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
No.
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 No. 9B6 is a resolution authorizing water service outside of the city limits for multiple properties located on Bone Camp Road. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President. The staff recommends the approval of these requests, and it might be done in one motion. This is property far removed from the city limits, so they could not possibly annex in. So they meet the criteria, so the staff recommends approval.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt the resolution authorizing water service outside of the city limits to be provided for multiple properties located on Bone Camp Road?
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Councilman Wiggins. That is a second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B7 is a resolution awarding bid to GFC Construction Incorporated for the Warrior Sports and Recreational Complex Earthwork Stockpile Project. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, so we're asking to award the base bid to GFC for dirt stockpile for the sports complex.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Councilwoman Bobo, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9C is our consent agenda. This ranges from minutes, bill listings, and PO requisitions. Is there a member of council that would like to move to approve the consent agenda as printed?
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Councilwoman Bobo, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. Item 10 is reports of special committees of council. If there's a member of council that would like to give a update from their respective committee. Okay. Item 11 is our public hearings. This is the part where we can have someone come and speak on the agenda item. We have one item under public hearings tonight, which is 11C2. It is a second reading of an ordinance ordering demolition of an unsafe structure located at 6800 5th Street. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. The property owner has secured a contractor to demolish the structure. They have begun that process. They are not complete. So staff is recommending the council proceed with the ordering of the demolition so that we can make sure the project does get completed.
Okay. Since this is a public hearing, I'm going to open the floor. The floor is open in the public hearing if there's anyone that would like to come speak for or against this agenda item. Please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record. Okay. Seeing no one to speak, we will close the floor for the public hearing. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt the ordinance ordering demolition of an unsafe structure located at 6800 5th Street?
So move.
That is a
Second.
motion by Councilman Washington, second by Councilman Wiggins. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. Item 12 is city administrator's business.
I wanted to remind each of you that at the last meeting, apparently there was a vote to change our July meeting dates. Those will be July 10th and July 24th.
Okay. Item 13 is departmental business. We have none. Item 14 is mayor and council members' business. Mayor Hinton is unavailable to be here tonight. Him and his wife already had a trip planned, and they are on a vacation right now. So he expresses his deepest concerns that he is not here tonight and will be back for the following meeting. District 1, Pro Tem Bobo.
I would like to thank Miss Paige Spencer and Miss Sandra Barnage for coming and talking before us tonight. Want to let you guys know that it's really appreciated that you are collecting information and you're conveying that in a way that we can hear you, in a way that is respectful of one another. These are the types of things that we need to all be able to hear, and sometimes those things are drowned out by other behaviors. Hopefully everyone will remember to come to the visioning meeting that we have for recreation, which is June 26th, and I look forward to hearing more from all of you guys.
Thank you, Councilwoman Bobo. Anything else?
No.
Okay. District 2, Councilman Washington.
Yes, sir. I have a couple of things. One thing I want to talk about is Juneteenth. Some ask, why are we having council meeting? Some say we should have canceled. I feel like if our employees had to work today, it's okay for us to work today. And I am determined with this council to make sure that our employees will be able to have this day off as they deserve. I know that the majority of or most likely the entire council and mayor should be on board, but we must go in a good order. And what I'm asking today is, I want to make a motion to have the Finance Committee and staff to review the budgetary impact of adding a paid holiday to celebrate Juneteenth beginning 2024. I also want staff to review all options to celebrate Juneteenth beginning in 2024. And that's mainly getting input from the employees on things that they'll like to see on that day. And that's surveying employees. And also to provide a report back to the council no later than the first city council meeting in August of this year.
Okay.
And I say that in a motion.
Second.
All right. I'm going to make sure I make sure we have this correct for the minutes, Councilman Washington. So you are making a motion which has been seconded by Councilman Wiggins. You want to review the budgetary impacts of adding a paid holiday to celebrate Juneteenth starting next year in 2024. You want to review all the options to celebrate this holiday. You want to survey all city employees, and you want the report to be provided back to council no later than the first city council meeting in August of this year.
Right.
Okay?
If possible for a vote.
For a vote. Got it. So that is in the form of a motion by Councilman Washington, and that is a second by Councilman Wiggins. Any questions, concerns, comments? Okay. Hearing none, we will call roll.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. Motion carries.
And also, within my business, I want to speak about some of my concerns for the past 2 weeks. I wrote some down, so if I'm looking down, I'm not trying not to look at you, I promise. And I just want to put it out here for the minority of the group, because it's only a handful of folks who's spilling out bad stuff, not the majority of the folks. I know you guys have a passion for the community center, and 97% is not the ones I'm speaking about right now. You know, for me, it's the, and I'm gonna speak for myself, it's the personal attacks that I've been under. Phone calls, everything. Social media attack, councils is unbelievable. The attack on me personally, this isn't the voice of the majority, like I said. The bullying, and a short definition, is seek to harm, intimidate, and to coerce someone perceived as vulnerable. I've been called out my business, and I said it out loud on social media. How do you call out the oldest black business in the city of Northport about boycotting, calling thousands of folks not to go to my business? And to me, that bothered the world out of me. But it's okay. Once again, it's 97% that's not part of this. It's 3%. But the only problem I have is the ones who's not calling them out and not saying, hey, y'all quit or whatever. It's okay. I can tell you now personally, I didn't run for office to be bullied. I didn't run for office for the next term. Personally, in 2025, if I'm not reelected, I'll be okay. Because today I'm standing on what I believe in and my thoughts. 70 years ago, the community center was built. And 70 years ago, the minority kids couldn't go to the community center. But that's not today. A center on the other side of town, a lot of folks probably don't even know where the Robert Hatson Community Center is. But take time out your busy schedule and go check it out. I've been attacked about unethical behaviors. And personally, the only thing I have is my name and my word. And if anybody know me, I served 20 years in the United States Air Force, honorable. I retired 2011, Master Sergeant. I retired as a fire captain in the Tuscaloosa Fire Rescue Service. My whole life has been serving. And I can honestly tell you, won't no 3% bully me. Word's been saying that I'm a puppet. President Hogg is pulling out strings. I've joined a fraternity 6 years ago, grad chapter, Omega Psi Phi fraternity. And I have 4 cardinals of principle: manhood, scholarship, perseverance, uplift. And I've lived them. First of all, there's no man or anybody that's going to pull my string. There's no citizen that's going to bully me. And once again, it's the 3%. It's not the majority. I serve District 2. Anybody that live in District 2 is welcome to call me, email me, come meet me, and I'll talk with you. Just because I don't believe in everything you believe in, that don't mean we can't talk. These past 2 weeks been ugly. Maybe it's the council's fault. I take credit. It's my fault as well. It's my fault. I should have talked about the community center a month ago, 2 months ago, I guess. Right. So I apologize for not talking about it, if that's the case. But I can tell you, social media is evil. And I can't sit here and promise nobody, if you attack me on social media, I'm subject to attacking you back on social media. Because nobody control me. It's not right. You be nice to me, I'm going to be nice to you. If you attack my business, we was established in 1962. Now, the funny part, I want to say this out loud. 2010, my business was kicked out of Northport, right off 43. I almost went financially bankrupt. For whatever reason, I got kicked out of town, I got kicked out. Business license stripped. But guess what? On my 10-year anniversary, I got elected District 2 City Councilman because I was determined to make a difference and make a change. That is my life. I'm not unethical. I haven't took a dime and won't ever take a dime. Thank God I don't need a dime. I've worked 4 jobs my whole life, and I continue to work. I'm just letting everybody know, and I'm going to let Mr. Run explain that the Robert Haskins Community Center was in my name, nonprofit organization, Academics in Motion. The address you guys threw on Facebook was my office, MKW Holding, right on the corner of Bridge Avenue and Martin Luther King, 1215. My business was Academic in Motion, nonprofit. The city gave me this community center 4 or 5 years ago. It was abandoned and it wasn't able to be open. I spent $30,000 of my own money, none donated. I didn't ask a person for a dime because I wanted the Hatson Center to come back into the community because his kids don't have a place to go. Mr. Ron can tell you exactly how that went down.
Okay. Excuse me. I've been here since about 1987, and at that time I was honored to work with President Pete Hassan, who was the council member from District 2, and he worked very hard to have a community center for the residents of District 2, and it was used for a number of years. As time passed, it fell into disrepair. It was not safe to be used. At that time, private citizen Woodrow Washington pushed very hard to the city to spend the monies necessary to make the building safe. The city had fallen into such disrepair, we could not issue a certificate of occupancy. and the council elected not to spend the monies. So he came back to the council, again as a private citizen, with a proposal that he would spend the money to make the repairs so that the city could issue a certificate of occupancy so that the children in District 2 would have a safe place to go. So the city entered into an agreement with now Councilman Washington, then he was just private citizen Washington, to sell the property to him at no cost with the understanding he would meet certain benchmarks, which included getting a certificate of occupancy issued. It would be deeded not to him, but to Academics in Motion, a nonprofit corporation. And this was done. There were, 16, 18 different benchmarks that he had to meet, and he has met those over those years. And recently, he approached the council about deeding back this property that he spent the money on to improve and was used by the youth in his district and in Northport, and services provided through the university and other nonprofits for elderly people like myself, for young children, for computer courses, things of that nature, to improve it. So he has deeded it back to the city so that it can be leased to the Boys and Girls Club. And now, for the first time in I don't know how many years, maybe since the history of Northport, we have an active Boys and Girls Club in Northport, in the city of Northport. And it's because that he had the money and the drive to get this unused structure back functional again. So the only reason it was transferred was to provide more services to the community. No money was ever paid by the city to repair it. It was done by now Councilman Washington out of his own pocket. And he deeded it back to the city. The city didn't pay him for the work that he did. It was deeded back to the city for free. And so now we have an active Boys and Girls Club and a facility there in District 2 that we'd be proud of. We have a new playground and some other improvements in that area that did not exist at the time. So I think Pete Haskins is very proud. I know the residents in District 2 are very proud.
Thank you, Mr. Ron. And also what I want to say is this. You know, it got to a point they took Archibald's name out their mouth, and that's fine. But then they start throwing out, if any business that support this, we're going to boycott. Thousands. And I promise you, anybody that feel that way can stop coming to Archibald's today. Because I wasn't raised like that. I haven't served my life like that. And I don't appreciate that. And it's the 3%. I promise you it's the 3%. It's not the 97%. I understand. And I'm just being as honest as ever. The plan that you guys tried is attacking us, and it's not right. I was attacked personally to intimidate me, to coerce me. It's not right. You only have to break one person on this council, and the mayor. The mayor received a letter as well, I believe, an email, calling him ungodly. It's not right. And if anybody in this room want to push against me in 2025, I promise you, we make $700 a month, $640 minus taxes. I have headaches at night serving the city. I know, I understand. That's one of the 3%. It's fine. We're going to go a different direction. And everybody here might be mad at me after the night. It's fine. Because I feel like 30 years ago, when they said 5 and 1 mayor have to approve this, they didn't think about Facebook, that you can bash somebody and belittle somebody and kill somebody's name. My name to me is all I have, and my word. And 3% has bashed me. And I'm sorry for the 97% who's doing it right. Coming up here talking, coming up here holding your sign, signing a petition. I haven't decided which way I was going to go yet. The plans might come back and it's terrible. We're not going terrible if that's the decision on my part. I'm just telling you, we get the opportunity to possibly enhance the Robert Hatson Center. Please take a trip over there. 15, 13, 12th Street. It's awful. Even the $30,000 I put in, done nothing. Mine is get it to code. People are suffering on the other side of Lurleen Wallace, I promise you. With that being said, I hereby make a motion for first reading to repeal in entirety Resolution 93-29, passed on June 21, 1993 by the Northport City Council. Let's read this in a motion.
Okay. Since this is, I just want to make sure I have this correct. Since this is a motion to repeal Resolution 9329, that would mean that this is a first reading only and is offered by Councilman Washington for this repeal. There would be no vote tonight, Councilman Washington. So I want to make sure, Mr. Bowes, please let the minutes reflect that. Also to staff, include this matter on the next agenda for a final vote. And for the ones that, I think I had that somewhere around here. The ones that are wondering what Resolution 9329 is, that is resolution requiring a unanimous vote of the City Council and the Mayor's approval to sell certain city property now being used for recreational purposes. This was done in 1993. So that is a first reading motion of repealing this ordinance requiring a unanimous vote of the City Council and the Mayor's approval to sell certain city property now being used for recreational purposes. Mr. Washington, did I get that correct for our minutes?
Yes.
Okay. That will be on the next council agenda. Do you have anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. District 3, Councilman Wiggins.
Yes, I wanted to remind the residents and business owners in District 3 that I'm going to have a town hall meeting about concerns, challenges, and citizens tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. Daystar Family Church has graciously agreed to host us, and I would like any residents or business owners in District 3 to attend, and hopefully we can have a good discussion tomorrow night.
Okay. Thank you, Councilman Wiggins. District 4, Councilwoman Dykes.
I have nothing tonight.
Okay. And for District 5, we have no new business tonight as well. Before we get to adjournment, we do have an executive session that Mr. Davis has certified, and it should last no longer than 30 minutes. Staff is not required to stay. We will motion into executive session and should conclude in 30 minutes. So I will make a motion that we enter into executive session. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wiggins. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb.
Voting to go into executive session, beginning with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. We're in executive session.